Would you rather your ad go to 1 million people and not connect with everybody and just have it for visibility? Or would you rather have an ad go to 100 people that are directly in your target market?
We need to also understand the psychology of the avatars. Make the phone ring. That's all they want. Make the phone ring. Next step is going to be the avatars. Some people call it ICPs. Some people call it target audience. Some people call it whatever. Okay, the goal here is to identify the top 3 customer avatars for the client. The reason why we identify 3 is because some people will say like have one, just one, and focus on that. Yes, if you're launching 2 or 3 ad creatives, ad campaign, then yeah, find the best ICP one avatar and go all in because you're only producing 3 videos, let's say. So if you're producing 3 to 4 videos, just focus on the best ICP that you can find.
Yeah.
But in our service offering, every ad session, the output of that is 12 different videos. So because we output multiple videos, we have the luxury to target multiple avatars. And so that's why we need to identify the top 3 avatars that the client has.
Yep.
So let me ask you, on what basis we can figure out these 3 avatars? I know that I'm more prepared here, but let's give it a shot. Like, okay, let's say you have a residential cleaning company, which is, your friend.
Yeah.
What are the 3 main avatars that we can identify for them?
Maybe it's a busy family. They're too busy to have a pristine, clean house.
Maybe a property management company.
Like a referral partner type deal.
Yeah.
Cool.
If it was my business, and I've talked with our client about this, they aim for partners with at least 1 child, and they focus on if the household makes more than 150 or 200,000 a year combined. They do target that because they have the access to that information, but also because their services they do really deep cleanings. It's not just like a regular, service. It's more of a high ticket product.
So socioeconomic class could be an umbrella filter for all the avatars, by the way. So it doesn't have to be, because sometimes when you're selling high ticket, you have no option but to target the high economic class.
Okay.
So there is psychographic and demographics, and all of the demographic side, which include the age, income, etc. These could be filters applied to all avatars before we actually go deep. But what's intriguing is that why did they want a family with at least 1 child?
I think my thought, I don't know the answer, but my thought would be they have a mess to clean up, right? They have more of a mess to clean up. Maybe both are working. They have limited time. When you have a child, obviously, versus no child, you have more time. Yeah. You have more, it's discretionary. Yeah. So I think it's just that, but I don't know the answer for them.
Absolutely.
That's why I said busy, because, you pay money to have more time back.
Yeah. And of course, we can always guess and assume and brainstorm with the AI tools to find these avatars. But a better way to do it is to go to the client and say, hey, can I look at your client roster? Who are your top clients? Who are the clients who have stayed with you for a long time, the loyal ones? And so once we identify these categories that they are rewarding for the client, now we have an idea, but we still can suggest new avatars. Maybe we can open up a new market for them that they haven't thought about. And so, but it's important to involve the client in asking those questions first.
And this is why this is second, because maybe we do some of the market scan and we figure out that there is another market that they're not targeting.
Yeah.
Right. That's why it's second. Now, this might be jumping ahead. I think it is because of the next level. But I think what's important when you're looking at avatars is understanding their emotional problems, right? Like, so not just like, okay, partners with 1 kid, not just that, but understanding the emotions that they have because they have a kid, like what we were talking about, like they don't have time. There's a mess in their house. So I think that's important to understand about the avatar,
Absolutely.
right? Are the emotions that drive their behaviors.
Yes. So that's why we said who and the trigger. For example, my guess would be, let's say, busy couples who are both working maybe 1 or 2 jobs each, Okay, they don't have time for cleaning. This is a great avatar. Another avatar could be maybe a single mom who have kid, kind of like in line with this, who have kid during the week. And then the weekend, her ex-husband just takes the kids, and now she wants the house clean so that she can feel better. But also maybe retired couple, who don't have the physical ability to clean well, but also want to enjoy the retirement, want to enjoy the comfort and the lifestyle of having someone to help them with cleaning. And so all of these different avatars are very unique, and they are motivated and triggered by different emotions. And so that's, again, back to the main question of, is it wise to just throw an ad on everyone? No, because you're not going to connect with these individual avatars with a generic ad coming from ChatGPT.
Right.
Yeah. Would you rather your ad go to 1 million people and not connect with everybody and just have it for visibility, or would you rather have an ad go to 100 people that are directly in your target market?
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
obvious, right?
Yeah.
And the Facebook or the Meta algorithm and all the Google algorithms too are so good at detecting who you want to address. So as soon as you have it in the transcript of the video, if you have it in the captions, and also from the data feedback loop, the algorithms can know who you are targeting and can show this video to more people that you want. So that will help a lot. Okay, now that we identified the avatars, we have our top 3. Now we need to go deep into the avatars. We need to go into what I call pain gain analysis. So what do we mean by pain gain analysis?
A distinct pain that the avatar has and what they can gain from our services is my guess.
Yeah, so basically we look into each avatar and say, imagine you're a busy couple. What is your pain points? Well, there's multiple pain points. First of all, when it comes, I don't want a messy house. I don't want unclean house. So the pain is messy house.
And not
That's
only
the
that,
pain.
messy house, but frustration, overwhelm, the anxiety.
Yeah. The second pain could be, do I trust that freelancer to come and clean my house?
Are they going to steal?
Are they going to steal?
Yeah.
Are they going to show up on time? Are they going to be reliable? Is it easy for me to pay them? Like, believe it or not, sometimes I make purchase decisions on how easy for me to get it done with paying you guys. Like, I had a gardener one time and I was like, do you have Zelle? No.
Venmo?
Do you have?
No.
No.
PayPal.
I cannot go to the ATM every time to cash some money to give you. So I end up skipping that person just because he doesn't have the payment terms that are aligned
So
with me.
true.
So a lot of the times, convenience and all of that could be a gain or a pain for each avatar. It depends on that avatar. So that's when we go a fun exercise. I learned advertising I think the father of advertising is called Leo Burnett or David Ogilvy. I don't know. These two in the 50s and 60s, they pioneered the whole advertising industry. So that's how I learned advertising. And one of their exercises that they used to do once they identify an avatar is they will go and interview them. Like they will try to find that avatar and put them in a focus group, put them in an interview 1-to-1, and then, interrogate them, kind of like to learn like what drives you, what makes you. So that will give you insight, because maybe you are a busy professional. You cannot associate with someone who's retired and physically enabled.
Yeah.
Even if you try to imagine, but it's hard for you to really hone in to their exact desires and things that they're running out.
I also can't identify with a single mom who has 4 kids, right? And they're going to have their own pains that I can't even think about.
Absolutely.
I love the interview or the focus group on the avatars. That's really powerful.
Yeah. And again, we might not have the chance to do all of that, but I'm just saying, like, this is the ideal way. We should aspire to be able to do all of that stuff, to produce, because it's all about information. And I always say that the greatness is a knowledge gap. So between an average performance ad and a great ad is just a lot of data points on that path. So if you tune in all the data points, you will get a better ad. And a lot of people underestimate the power of words.
Yeah.
You know, I think the ad industry went from being written word only. Back in the 50s and 60s, the ad will be a write-up, just words.
Yeah.
That's how the original advertising was a written word. Then they started like putting images and drawings on the
Right.
newspaper. Then it went into radio. Again, what's radio? Written word, spoken. Then we went to TV, but at the essence of it is all about written word.
Yeah.
So the words are the most powerful. And for us to get the words, we need to get the information.
Yeah.
We understand the pains and gains for every customer avatar. So let's say we have 3 avatars and each one of them has 2 pain and 2 gain. 2 pain and 2 gain. So you're multiplying 3 by 4. How much 3 by 4?
12.
12. We got your ads. If you literally focus your scripts on Avatar 1, Pain 1, write an ad. Avatar 2, Avatar 1, Pain 2, write an ad. If you do that, you come up with 12 ads. And now there's fill in the blanks. There's a lot of things within that ad that we need to talk about. And that puts us in the step number 4, why us? You could call this as the unique selling propositions, the USPs they call it. You can call it the differentiation strategy, how we're going to differentiate our clients' offering from the rest of the competition. I put why us just for ease of use, but it's basically honing in to, okay, why, given we understand your pain, we understand what you want, Mr. Client or Mr. Customer, but we want to convince you why you need to choose us.
Right.
Because we identify you need a cleaning service, so why pick my mates?
This is the what sets us apart. The
This
one
is
that
the
I
what's it.
jumped the gun.
Yes.
Well, okay. So quick question.
Go ahead.
The mechanism, are we talking about our mechanism at Parrot Labs, or is it showing them what differentiates us from other marketing agencies, or is it showing them what their differentiator is in their market?
This is
So
going
what-
to be based off of the cleaning company. So
Okay,
the
Yes.
so it's
cleaning
their lead
company,
differentiator.
Yes.
Okay,
what
okay.
sets them apart.
Okay, okay, got
and
it.
we're helping them to identify what sets them apart because honestly, oftentimes they don't even know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's them. Okay, cool. Thanks.
And so the lead differentiator is why choosing this specific cleaning company and not the zillion ones on Google. And here we need to also understand the psychology of the avatars. What drives them? What makes them make a decision? I know a lot of people in our community here in the Inland Empire, they really love to support family owned and operated business. I don't know if it's a trend, but I'm seeing it more and more is that people are getting away from corporates and want to support the local community because they know if I hire my local law firm, if I hire my local cleaning company, these guys the money stays within our community. They're going to keep and supporting our. So there's that trend. So for me, I'm always looking at, okay, family owned and operated. That's one of the differentiator that I have to put. And then maybe we offer financing. I'm just saying like these are some attributes that we highlight the benefits that our company does that the competition doesn't do.
I think this goes a little hand in hand with the family owned stuff. But the reason they go with family owned is because now they're relatable. They're accessible. It's not some giant conglomerate corporate place where you don't know who you're going to be speaking to, but you know that you're going to be speaking to Emily. And you're starting to build a relationship with Emily. And you know that Emily understands who you are, right? And so that is a big reason why people would want to go with the smaller company.
Yes. I mean, all of this is great. We're brainstorming all the benefits and the differentiator for that client. And we have to also, understand the client. Do they offer that stuff? But for example, like ease of payment, again, I want to go back to that.
Yeah.
Think about like our client, Rudy's Pest Control. We are also a customer for Rudy's Pest Control. Since I subscribe to that service, like I really don't have to think about it anymore.
Right.
So they offload all of that from my head. Because instead of paying like $600 a year and I have to find $600, they charge me $45 a month. And it's automatic payment. I don't even think about it. And I have, my technician who always message me, who always being proactive. and I can simply text him and he will immediately respond. So this is kind of like where we're talking about. This is the benefit. This is why people choose one brand and not the other, because of all of these differentiators.
It could also be their systems and processes, right? Like you can highlight those. Those could be differentiators, like how they do the work, right? Like for a cleaning company, like I just learned this, right? Like you're supposed to go from left to right and up to down, right? So like the cleaning company that we use, they like clean the walls from up here and then they go down like this. They go like right this, and that's a professional certified cleaner would know that, right? So, but they're saying that there's a lot of non-certified people out there that just do whatever they want, right? So that's a differentiator.
100%.
That they're credible, right?
Yeah.
With the mechanism, if you notice point number 2, because of the mechanism, what we are doing right now is a differentiator for Parrots Lab for the competition, because we have a mechanism. We have a methodology of how we do things. We have SOPs that you have been writing for us. We have systems that ensure always high quality work coming out. And so that becomes a differentiator. We can talk about that to the clients.
Yeah.
We can say, hey, there's a lot of people doing marketing. Your cousin out of college can know how to scroll social media, but do they know this stuff? Do they have
they
the
know the
depth?
market
And
share,
the
Exactly.
consistency.
Yeah.
The consistency is so important because, okay, Alex gives me fantastic service one day, but then he ghosts me for 3 months, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, then randomly out of the blue, he's like, oh yeah, I can go. So I know he'll give me great service, but that consistency isn't there. It's not worth it.
100%. Cool. So we've done point number 4. So now we know the differentiators. Finally, and I know that Alex knows this by heart, proof. I think people underestimate proof. And proof can come in different forms and shapes. We like testimonials, video testimonials, because they're like real human beings saying stuff. And especially the bigger the figure that is talking. Because right now there are some, people who go to freelancers or AI generated, videos, testimonials that they are like faking them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
User generated content. And so I think having someone who's already a public figure, like for example, our clients, like when Chris Markarian gives us a testimonial, it's different from Joe Schmo giving us a testimonial. You know what I mean?
Show Schmo, yeah.
I love that guy.
So when someone known in the community give us a testimonial, has more weight and bearing than when just random person that we don't know who they are. What can you think of other types of proof?
Well, we do work with a lot of service-based clients. So before and after photos, I can think of that as a good example
That's a
of
really
proof.
good example.
100%.
Results.
Results, yep.
Yeah.
Showing like the true metrics of like they had this and now they're here.
Yeah.
Right? And so being able to show the data is a really big thing for especially our clients. Our clients love that we provide data because almost nobody else does that.
Yeah.
Another thing to show is not just the benefits of the ROI, but the emotional benefits of like if you get your house cleaned, like how that makes you feel. Like in the testimonial, make sure they hit on that, right? Or just like if a client comes in and we're doing this with them, we want to know like what do their clients feel after their service, right? That helps us a lot with figuring out what we can do for an ad, right?
100%. Did you notice recently, probably you, Diana, you've seen it, that video where a personal injury attorney calls a client on the phone and he tells her, hey, do you know what I'm calling you? And she said, oh, about the case. And he said, yeah, you trusted me and I got you a settlement of $2 million. And she started crying. So capturing that is the ultimate proof that you can have as a personal injury
That's a good
attorney.
idea.
Yeah.
I mean, even Google reviews could also serve as a proof because Google verifies those reviews. So it has some degree of credibility. And then finally, what is the process of obtaining the service? How do I get started? This is the first thing when people are considering buying something. All right, so all of that is great. How can I get started? What's the process? So we need to nail down the process too, and we need to provide some sort of guarantee so that we lower the risk of purchase as much as
It has
possible.
to be super seamless because going back to what you're talking about. So I will admit I'm pretty new to like the whole sales thing. I recently was like, oh, do you want to book a call with someone? And they were like, yeah, sure. And then they were like, okay, so how do I book it? And I made it so complicated.
Yeah.
I made it so complicated that she was like, I don't have time for this. I was like, oh no. I was so embarrassed. I felt so bad because initially she was like, yeah, let's do it. And then I was like, okay. She goes, okay, how do I go? And I was like, well, you just have to go to najafaysal.com. And she's like, what's that? I was like, oh, I told her that's my husband's calendar.
Oh, no.
And then she goes, so I'm going to talk to your husband, not to you? And I was like, well, no, I'll be in the call too. All of you are cringing for me. And it was as bad as it sounds. It was so bad. And so finally she was like, never mind, I don't want to do this.
Wow.
So, that's when I realized I need to make it super seamless for them and not make them work.
Yeah. What would you do now?
Okay, well, first and foremost, now I have dianamelgar.com.
Perfect. Much better.
So that's my first step.
Okay.
But second step, here's what I was thinking.
Please.
I was thinking, okay, why not in our cards, why not just have a QR code on there? So rather than me carrying 10 cards around, if and when they're like, let me book a meeting, sure, just scan my card, you know?
I like
Smart.
And they're like,
convenient.
okay, scan my card, and it takes them directly to my calendar.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, easy.
There is another way.
Okay.
You can say, hey, so you want to book a call. Is your calendar with you?
Yeah, and just book it
And
for
they're-
them.
And book it
Fill
for
out
them.
fill out the
No, but that's
information
the
for
thing.
them. To make it easier, just right when they say that they're like, you don't even need to get them to say that they want to book a call. Like the fact that she said that is even better, right? But you just want to make it as easy as possible. Like in a sales call, as soon as you pitch the price, then you want to book a call, right? But in this case, you would just say, okay, when is a good time for you? That's as simple. And then pull up the website for them and fill out the information by asking them those questions. Like, what's your email? What's your phone number? And what's your name? And then that way you just book it for them and say, okay, this is the date and time. You'll be meeting Naja. But yeah, just want to make it as simple as possible and do it for them. That's what I've done. Rather than them sending them the link and having them, because then they get the link, they get the email. Maybe they open it, maybe they don't. Maybe they delete it. They're not in that feeling right there.
Right.
Right. Like, because you made them feel a certain way to get to say, yes, I want to do it. Right. So
Yeah.
stay in that element, stay in that emotion and just book it for them.
Yeah. That's why I had to say make her make a call for one of the leads.
Yeah, that's why I had to do the.
Yeah.
Apparently not a cold call, though it felt like
Oh
a
yeah,
cold
yeah.
call.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
And he was
I was
like,
just
"Ah."
being.
He's
I
like,
have to
"That's
be.
not
I have to be
a cold call."
accurate. That was my fault.
Like a cold call.
Cold calls are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are. But it doesn't matter. It's a
Yeah.
cold call to you.
Okay,
That's all that matters.
Anyway, going back to this.
Going back to this, we a little bit went sideways here, but step number 6 is process and CTA, where we have to identify. This is again, we're not writing any ad script yet.
Yeah.
We're just mapping out the whole framework, the whole strategy. We're understanding what's the brief is, what's the client's process of getting the client, what's the client's CTA, where do we want to take people when they say yes?
Yeah.
Kind of like what you mentioned. Where do we want to take them to? Should we take them to the website? Should we take them to a forum within Facebook so that they fill up their information? Should we make them call us? A lot of clients make the phone ring. That's all they want. Make the phone ring, which means that the next step for the client is to call and they don't want anything else. So we need to understand that from the client, where do you want to take people who are interested in your business and what is the process of signing them up?
And also to hit on the offer part, like with, like what do you want to offer? Is it a special for this part of the year or is it this? Like in different businesses have different offers, right? You don't just have one offer. Like you don't want to just talk about one service. You want to, like that's why we have multiple videos. But for this, you do want to pick one particular offer for each video, right?
100%.
Yeah.
This is a great point because that offer is closely correlated with the avatar and their pain point.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we have an avatar. They have a pain point. The offer has to answer that pain. And that makes it super easy for them to sign up. And you're right. Sometimes we run ads, and also our clients, Aloha Plumbing and others, they will say, oh, if you see this video, you'll get 15% discount on
Yeah.
that. So
That's
if you mention that video, you'll get 15% discount or something. And so we connect the offer to the video. Okay. Now with that, we have the framework, the brief or the entire strategy mapped out in 6 clean boxes. Now we go to put ink on paper. Now the ad writing strategy begins.